All right, let's start off with Geras. Forgive me if I sound a little funny. I just got up. I was ready to record this video, and he's first on the list. So, Inevitable now has 21 startup frames, down from 26. All right, so Inevitable is this move right here. So now he's going to be able to do this a little faster. Time Fall, weight plus back kick, now recovers 2 frames faster. So now he's going to be able to spam this more, like just the sweep. And this was already a pretty decent sweep. Adjusted the hit regions of Sandstorm, making it easier to send the opponent forward. So this move right here, apparently they adjusted it. So, yeah. Increase the maximum range that colliding world's fatal blow can teleport. So, if we go ahead and increase the teleport distance, I'm guessing you can go further. Wait. Okay, so now it's like right here. I honestly don't know where it was before because nobody really played this character. But, I mean, if that's much further than before, that's actually really good because now he's going to be able to reactionary super to things. So, that's the Geras change. All right, now let's go over Havik's changes. Chaos Kick and Dislocated, so that's his standing 4 and standing 3, both got adjusted. Chaos Kick now recovers 1 frame faster, and Dislocated front kick now has 13 startup frames down from 15. Those are both useless changes. Drop Dead, that right there, now recovers 15 frames faster and has 10 less frames of block stun. So I'm guessing this move is supposed to be, what, more safe now if he does it? Turn the frame data on. So that's actually a decent change. The other two, those are whatever, but this change is actually decent. So, I mean, still not enough for this character. I'm assuming for everybody, you know, that wanted more buffs from him. But that being safe now, if it wasn't before, is actually a big deal. But like I said, nobody plays this character, so I don't really know how useful this was before. But, yep, having a high low is always really good. But, yep, those are changes for Havik. Not that much. 2 useless buffs and 1 that's actually decent. Alright, so now the Johnny changes. Show Off has 8 startup frames up from 6. So, this right here now is going to, you know, just be a bit slower. And Enhanced Show Off parry now has 4 startup frames up from 0. 0 is crazy. And has 15 more recovery frames. So basically, if he meter burns this, it's going to be easier to punish it. And it is a little slower. Show Off and Enhanced Show Off can no longer be delayed. So I'm guessing these are on a set timer now. Where before it was kind of random. So like I was saying, how Johnny always, because again, I'm going to keep saying this. I was always the character. You can go look at every other content creator. I was the only one that never wavered that this character was the best. Like, throughout the whole game's life cycle. Besides the very short period at the beginning. Then it could be debatable. But after that, when Kung Lao meta became the thing, and then on, I was the one person that said this character is the best and never wavered. And honestly, with these changes, it's still looking like he's going to be the best. Shadow Kick and Enhanced Shadow Kick now have 10 startup frames up from 8 and has 2 more recovery frames on this. So, I'm guessing this was 8 frames before, and now this is 10, both of them. And honestly, these nerfs are a step in the right direction because I keep saying about Johnny that they don't need to kill him. I'm never an advocate for killing a character, but he doesn't need it all. And while having some of the most oppressive offense in the game, he also has some of the best defense. So what they're looking to do now is nerf his defense options. And this character is so good, it's just going to take nerf after nerf after nerf to normalize him. He's been nerfed so much, and still, I don't think these nerfs are going to do much, but they are a step in the right direction. So, yeah, they just nerfed his defense overall, but he's still going to have some of the best offense in the game. So, probably, yeah, the best offense in the game still. And that's not a big deal if they end up making his defense actually very weak. And This wasn't enough, I think, but it was a step in the right direction because he still has, you know, invincible nut punch and everything, and they didn't really touch this at all. So, yeah, those are your Johnny changes right there. He's still the best, like easily off those changes. That wasn't a big deal at all. All right, Kitana is not worth making a section on. Hers is just reduced combo damage scaling of Square Wave and Enhanced Square Wave. So those are your Kitana changes. Okay, now let's talk about Lee May. I had to re-record this one because this one confused me. So the first change is this move got adjusted. Not really a big deal. And I was trying to see what the Sky Lantern one was, and now when she does that, it hits mid instead of a high. And I don't get the point of that. At first when I read this, I thought, you know, maybe she'll be able to do this and then be able to threaten with meter burn now so her zoning actually becomes scary, but apparently that's not the case. So I don't see the point of that change. And this move, Lion's Pounce, and let me make sure that is the right move. Forward, yep. Now has 3 more active frames and recovers 3 frames faster. So if she misses it, I'm guessing she recovers faster, and the move is faster. Oh no, 3 more active frames, so it's not faster, it's just when she does it, it's out longer. So, not really big changes. Changes are kind of lackluster on her. She's still gonna be one of the least played characters in the game because she's just not interested in, like, at all. Yes, she craps damage, but plenty of characters can crap damage in this game with the right cameo. So she's really not special in this game. I was starting to think that this character was overrated. I mean, not overrated, underrated, but she's really not. She just does damage at the end of the day, and you can pick plenty of characters that do damage for the right cameo, and she only does damage for the right cameo. She doesn't have a cameo that helps her neutral and all of her tools. She just has cameos for damage, and you could put that on almost any character. That's why this character is not really all that. Okay, let's talk about Nitara, because Nitara's change actually confused me a bit. Must feed, front punch, back kick can now be 2-in-1 canceled and does 20 less damage. So I'm guessing this move wasn't special cancel before. And I honestly don't really know about this change because I don't really play this character. And I could be wrong with 2-in-1 cancel means. I don't know if she couldn't cancel in this string at all. So I don't know what to tell y'all on Nitara. Still, a lot of people don't play this character, and this change doesn't really seem like a big deal. You know, this high string wasn't one of her problems, so I don't really get this change. In the comments, if y'all can correct me if I'm wrong about this change, go ahead, because, you know, I'm guessing that just makes the end cancelable now. I don't know. So, yeah, that's Nitara. Not that much. Okay, so far, it seems like Reptile has the best changes. So, his overhead move is now just safe. Before, if he just did that, it was unsafe, which I don't know why it was. Especially like when a character like Raiden could just throw it out and his was safe. I don't know why Reptile's splat overhead wasn't safe. So that's actually a really big deal that this is safe now. And if he holds it, this is +2. So that's the second change. It says it recovers five frames faster. So I'm assuming this wasn't plus before. I'm not sure about that, but that being plus is also good. You know, he might be able to get better stuff in the corner, like if he's pressuring you with that. But his overhead being safe now is really, really good. He has the best changes so far just off of this. And then this move right here is -5 now. So that's also a very good welcome change for Reptile. And Acid Spit now has 5 more block stun frames. So this is more plus when it hits them now. So it's going to increase his zoning potential. But honestly, I feel like they should have just gave him a mid on meter burning it. But still, yeah, very good changes for Reptile so far. He has the most meaningful changes out of all the characters that I've went over so far. So, you know, something happy for the Reptile mains. Something for y'all to be happy about because y'all got the best changes so far out of anybody I've seen. Even though his changes still don't seem like that much, you know, the overhead being safe now is a big deal, even though it might not seem like it. All right, Sub-Zero mains, the loudest people in the community. Like I always say, you know, the Sub-Zero players have been wanting buffs a lot, so let's see what they gave Sub-Zero. Freezing point is now -7 on block, down from -12. So this string right here is safe now. That's actually pretty good. And the second change is, okay, this move now recovers 2 frames faster and has consistent combo damage scaling. So this move recovers faster, and I'm guessing it's going to make his combo damage better off of this. Honestly, these changes, it wasn't enough. This being safe is good, but, you know, it's just not enough. I don't want to get too deep into it because, you know, this is not the video for that. This is just me doing the visual guide and slightly going over it, but I don't think this was enough for him. It's going to be, these are okay changes, but it's not enough, in my opinion. All right, let's talk about Scorpion. It seems like what they wanted to do with Scorpion is just make this mid better. So heavy knee towards front kick, cancel frame is now 2 frames earlier and has 1 less recovery frame. So I'm guessing, you know, this is just a better stagger to them. But the big change, fire pillar thrust, now has 18 startup frames down from 19. So the changes combined with both of these moves, what it looks like they did, this is now safe, which it should have been in the first place. So, you know, to prove it, right here, if he does this string right here, he can get punished. But now he can throw this mid out. And actually, let's see what this mid is on block. Now with these changes. So setting the block right here, and then turn the frame data on both. -6. So this is a welcome change, but it still doesn't do that much for Scorpion because this should have been safe in the first place. He's still the worst character in the game. But actually, let me see if these changes made it to where he could do this. Nope. So, yeah, he's still the worst character in the game, but, you know, a slightly better worst character in the game with these changes. All right. Peacemaker has a lot of changes, which I'm assuming are all nerfs. So activate human torpedo and enhanced human torpedo now have 16 frames up from 12 and 13 more frames of recovery on miss. So when he whiffs this, it's going to be way more punishable. Now, activate human torpedo no longer calls a stumble animation when blocked and has 10 frames, 10 less frames of block stun. So now, they block this.
Torpedo.
Oh my gosh.
Torpedo.
Oh my gosh. -35?
Torpedo.
Crap. Ooh.
Torpedo.
Oh yeah. Oh
Torpedo.
yeah. That's a big deal. That is the biggest nerf that they have
Torpedo.
given someone in this game so far.
Torpedo.
Yeah, they just killed Torpedo.
Torpedo.
They absolutely killed Torpedo. Crap. That is crazy.
Torpedo.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Beautiful Bird Bullet now has 10 less frames of block stun with... Beautiful Bird Bullet now has 10 less frames of block stun with less pushback on block. So, I'm assuming it's one of these moves. So let's go ahead and look at it. Beautiful Bird Bullet. Assuming that's one of the B moves. So Beautiful Bird Bullet is that. And then what's the second one? Ground Air Offensive. So, yeah, both of these moves. So basically, these moves both are not as plus on hit when he does them. And it has less pushback to both of these moves. So, yeah, those are not huge nerfs, but they are nerfs. You can't just get away with doing them all the time. Oh, no. Actually, that's a big nerf. Oh, yeah, they nerf Peacemaker a lot. These are actually substantial nerfs. This is what they should be doing to Johnny, not to this level, because like I said, I'm not an advocate for killing the character, but they might have just killed Peacemaker. These are a lot of nerfs, and these are big deal nerfs. Okay. Activate Force Field now has 30 more frames of recovery. So it's the Force Field move that all the Peacemaker players just spammed before. Where is it? honestly don't know what the input.
Force field.
There we go. He can't just do it. You would see people doing their B&Bs right in the force field. And yeah, you can feel that. I'm gonna hold up after I do it. Oh yeah. Okay, hold up. They might have went a little bit too far on Peacemaker. Like I said with Johnny, I'm not an advocate for killing a character, but crap, this was a lot. If y'all gonna make it take this long to come back, then it should be unlimited again. Cause that is a crazy amount of time. That is unnecessary. Yeah. No, that's too much. Oh my gosh. Look at, I'm holding up.
Force field.
That is a lot. Okay. Anti-gravity attack now does 35 damage on block, down from 50.
Anti-gravity. Anti-gravity.
It's still guaranteed damage instead of 5.
Anti-gravity.
You know, it's just a little less now. This move's still gonna be dumb, so this is the only move that he got away with, keeping this. But besides that, yeah, Peacemaker definitely got the most nerfs so far. He definitely did. Oh my gosh, I really can't believe that they nerfed him this much. Okay, as I was beginning to think these changes was lackluster, Sonya actually got the biggest buff so far. Leg grab has 25 frames, starts up 25 frames now, down from 29. Hits overhead, was mid, and is +1 on block, up from -9. That is insane. So now she has a save plus overhead. I don't know what they were thinking with this, but hey, this is a welcome change. Like I said, the biggest problem with this game is a lot of the cameos just feel so lackluster, but this is a big deal. Now she could just, you know, you can just throw that crap out, and that is great. That actually might replace Scorpion's overhead. You know, people usually slapped on Scorpion for overhead, but that is actually a big deal. Very good change. This is the changes we need. More changes like this. Keep the game fresh and interesting. Not all these little lackluster changes that they gave most of the characters. This is a big deal. Crap, that's a big deal. Oh yeah, that's a good change. All right, now Strkyer. Strkyer's changes, they seem a little lackluster. Let's go over it. Fix an issue where the second grenade and low grenade toss and high grenade toss can sometimes have additional combo gravity. Okay. Cuffed now has 9 less frames of recovery on miss. It's +1 on block, up from -9. And Strkyer reaches slightly further for the opponent. So, I think, what was cuffed? That move? I think it's that move. Let's go ahead and check. Move list, cameo moves, cuff. Yep, he's down. It's actually +2 from over here. Wait. Did they want him to be able to do that in pressure? Slightly reaches further. 9 on miss, +1 on block. Okay, so this is going to be a better anti-zoning tool, I'm guessing. But that could be a big deal. Could not. Only time will tell on that, on something like that. But it being plus now, up from -9, that is a good deal because he's going to be able to just do that into stuff like that. So it's going to be a little more scary. That's not a big deal, but it's something, I guess. For your final 2 changes, we have Motaro and Mavado. Mavado got his health increased by 50, which, something like I say with Scorpion, it should have been that in the first place, and adjusted teleport location when main fighter isn't facing the opponent for Motaro. So I don't think those changes are obviously worth showing off. But now let's talk about what I think about this whole patch. Honestly, this patch was still on the lackluster side. I would give it like a 5 out of 10 because honestly, it wasn't enough big changes. Like the changes to Reptile and Sonya were very good, but everyone else is lackluster. Like everyone else, and I do mean all of them. So, you know, Peacemaker got the biggest nerf out of everyone, and Johnny's still the same. So just to go over them all on the little screen right here, I would say Geras changes, whatever. Havik, whatever. Johnny, he's still the best. Definitely the best now. Like, it's not even debatable after the Peacemaker nerfs. Kitana, whatever. Lee May, whatever. Nitara, whatever. Reptile, big deal. Sub-Zero in the middle, but not enough. Scorpion still in the middle, not enough. Peacemaker, most nerfed character of all time in this game so far. He got a lot of changes. Sonya, big deal. Strkyer, whatever. And Motaro, whatever. And Mavado in the middle. So, like I said, overall, this patch was just average. It was alright. It was okay. What everyone keeps hoping is they're kind of, you know, giving us patches that are on the lackluster side because of Evo. Now, after Evo is over, people are speculating that's when we're going to get our big patch. And I'm hoping that they didn't rush and this was the big patch they planned after Evo because everybody's talking about how bored they are. But at the end of the day, this patch was just average and we need more. The changes to Sonya and Reptile, we need more of that. We need more of that for the cast. People need reasons to switch up their characters. We need reasons to log on the game. We need to be able to do new things with characters and have a fun time. What they're doing when they keep giving us these lackluster changes is they're not giving us a reason to boot up the game and keep playing. Like, y'all, I honestly have been barely playing this game because it's just been so boring. The Chameleon meta. Oh, and they didn't even nerf Chameleon. I didn't even think about that. So it's still just going to be more of the same. We need actual changes to the game that is going to change something. In Evo, you're still just going to see a bunch of Johnny Chameleons now. That's all you're going to see. And the problem is not the nerfs. They keep nerfing. That's why I keep saying the problems are not that y'all got to keep nerfing at the end of the day. The problem is we need more buffed characters to fight the dumb characters. You don't have to get rid of the dumb characters. Give us more characters to fight the dumb characters. The fact that at Final Kombat you only seen Peacemaker and Johnny is a big deal. And if they would have nerfed Johnny too, this patch would have been like a 6 or a 7, like an actual nerf to Johnny. But now Johnny is just undisputed. Johnny's like S plus now, S plus plus maybe, because he's undisputed. He's untouchable now. Because Peacemaker and Johnny were in a tier of their freaking own, and now Peacemaker's out of that tier. So the best thing that came from this patch is, hey, if you just want to be a tier horse, you just go ahead and pick up Johnny because he's untouchable now. And that's not good. The game is so unbalanced because there's not a lot of very great characters. There's a lot of, you know, S minus A, but the dumb characters just overshadow them so much that there's no reason to play them. A lot of the characters in the game, and that is not good. So I really feel like if they actually nerfed Johnny how they just nerfed Peacemaker, it would have been a more meaningful patch. But I'm not an advocate for killing characters, so I kind of don't know how I feel about that because Peacemaker might be killed. So we don't know yet. We're going to have to see, let this play out. But the Sonya change is a big deal. I definitely recommend start experimenting with Sonya now because Sonya might actually be a top tier assist now. And that's probably the biggest change we got from this. But I'm going to probably make another video talking about this patch because after everything is flushed out, there might be more than what meets the eye to the changes. But honestly, 5 out of 10 patch. It was okay. Wasn't good enough. We need more buffs, more buffs, more buffs, more buffs. Stop the nerfing. We need more characters at the top instead of the very few characters that are at the tip top. And Chameleon needs a nerf because now, like, still Chameleon's undisputed. There's no reason for a lot of people just not to use Chameleon. So at the end of the day, decent I8 patch. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and join the Discord. And Nickopz out.